Fred Rispoli, an attorney, said that one possible outcome of the ongoing fight between the SEC and Ripple Labs is that Ripple will win. Now, though, the SEC wants them to send in their main brief by January 15, 2025. The SEC often asks for a delay, not only because it wants to put things off, but also because it can be very busy with all the cases that are still open. During his guest visit on the Good Morning Crypto show, Rispoli said that appeals are mostly just paperwork without new trials or other proof. These are the three main papers that each side files: the opening brief, the opposing brief, and the reply brief. In this case, the appeal is made up of the cross-appeal from Ripple and the SWC. After these briefs, the court will set a time for formal arguments. A group of 3 judges should be able to hear reasoning from both sides. According to Fred Rispoli, the SEC has also asked for a date for its major brief. The SEC's request for more time fits with the timeframe he planned to use for his appeal. He thinks that oral arguments, which are set to happen in September or October 2025, will give us early clues about the justice's views. These first impressions may give us a hint about how the case will end. However, if more delays are allowed, which happens a lot in the Ninth Circuit, these times could change even more. Rispoli says that the amicus papers will be very important to the appeal. He said that applications by third parties could bring new information to the case that changes it. They should be carefully thought through by appellate judges, especially since there are likely to be more of them, and they are more important than those at the district court level. This type of brief, which is sometimes called a friend of the court brief, can be filed by someone who is not directly involved in the case. Its goal is to give policymakers ideas or give more background on certain arguments. Most of the time, this affects big decisions. Amicus papers are often used in Supreme Court cases. Amicus papers are not often used in trials or federal appeals, but crypto litigation has broken that trend. In comparison, Coinbase sent in 6 amicus briefs, Ripple sent in 14, and Grayscale sent in 8 companies. Recently, Rispoli, who is very against SEC Chair Gary Gensler, said that a change in leadership could have a big impact on how crypto is regulated. He thought that Gensler would probably leave no matter what happened in the 2024 election, so choosing his replacement would be very important for the future of the sector. When asked if new laws might make the SEC's appeal pointless, Rispoli said that a clear law would likely have that effect. If Congress passes crypto legislation before the end of the year, it will take effect on January 1, 2025. The legal team would send a notice of additional power to the Second Circuit, saying that the new law applies to their case. A news story says that $14.26 is now the value of Ripple. This is an important step forward, which could be explained by the fact that 30 global banks might accept it. Some sources say that Ripple works with almost a third of the universities in the world. A large part of the financial field is made up of this. What does become clear, though, is whether or not these financial companies are making the best use of Ripple. The company Ripple plans to go public by the end of March. If they are successful, the price could rise $8.97 in just over a month. It is expected that Ripple will go public by the end of March, about 4 vol. SPY Holdings is thought to be the only company responsible for deposits made through foreign accounts and international financial institutions. Based on the information given, SPY could be responsible for a significant 4 of the 30 banks around the world that are thinking about using Ripple's technology. Ripple and the Brazilian Central Bank have also worked together in a big way in Brazil, where Ripple has launched its on-demand funding services. This shows how committed the company is to the Brazilian market. Countries in Curta BRICS decide they want to work with Ripple. This work together could lead to some very important results. It's hard to say enough good things about the XRP ledger in this situation, as it is an important part of the constantly changing environment of the financial company. More and more, the promise of Ripple technology becomes clear as the next bull market gets closer. This is important because the bull market is coming up fast. The Federal Reserve said that Ripple and XLM can offer important support for the blockchain that will be the foundation of their next FedNow payment system. Our partnership with Metal Blockchain is an important step toward making the transition from fiat money to stable currencies go easily. The gap between the decentralized financial industry and traditional banks will get a lot smaller because of what we're doing. Digital Bitcoin wallets or third-party apps like Venmo and PayPal can already be used by Americans to quickly and almost totally send money to other Americans. The Federal Reserve is leading the FedNow effort, and Ripple, a top provider of distributed ledger technology and cross-border payment solutions, is getting ready to play a big part in the project. The FedNow service will make a big difference in this world, and Ripple will be there to help make that difference. Since 30% of banks around the world now accept Ripple, it's now worth $1,427, a huge increase from before. This is what happened because these organizations use Ripple. Because of these improvements, 30% of the world's financial institutions now use blockchain technology to do foreign business. This is a great example of how blockchain technology in the business world could change things. This acceptance has sent XRP's price through the roof to market value levels that had never been seen before, showing that a lot of people want the coin. The XRP market is about to break through this 30% barrier, which means that even more people are becoming comfortable with it in the global financial industry. The coin XRP has been bought and sold on cryptocurrency exchanges. According to reports, XRP trades could be worth more than $1.2 quadrillion. This would mean that the value of the cryptocurrency would go up above $10,000. A big change and a great progress is that financial companies are starting to use the XRP ledger and the digital assets it holds more. Move marks an important step forward. A story that was just released says that Ripple Labs is not only thinking about buying XRP, but they are also doing it. It's no longer just a rumor that Ripple is going to start a repurchase scheme. Instead, it's becoming a reality faster than anyone could have imagined. It is very important to the Fed that XRP become an important part of foreign payment systems. This is because some figures say that XRP could go up in value by as much as $112,000 to $22,000 per coin as soon as WIT is accepted by all central banks around the world. According to data from Google, this pattern is true. This supports the Fed's decision to use XRP as a global payment method because it has so much promise. Because of these achievements, we have hit a major milestone. They are now at the cutting edge of financial innovation, and this could change the way people all over the world pay for things. XRP and Ripple have reached this important goal. The Federal Reserve has had their eyes on XRP for a while now. They have been working on a big plan that was first thought to be put into action by the end of 2019. Besides that, they've been working on this plan for a while. The US dollar, the euro, the British pound, and the Canadian dollar are some examples of the main currencies that states and central banks issue right now. According to other information, the Federal Reserve wants to use Google Reader's information on XRP digital assets in a big way. Kikuchi, a government official who supports making a sidechain using XRP's public chain, is one of the people who has shared these ideas and opinions. Jerome Powell, who is in charge of the U.S. Federal Reserve, has made it clear that a lot of money is being spent to build new independent payment systems in the U.S. What this means is that the fields of financial technology and digital assets are about to go through a big change.